Hi everyone. In this class I want to discuss with you accountancy related topic 3-column cash book. In previous videos I discussed with you 3-column cash book introduction as well as 2 problems and its solutions. I explained clearly. Those who want to go through that, you can watch the previous videos. And here I am going to discuss with you another solution for one question. Let us go and discuss it. And this 3-column cash book is very important topic in accountancy. Intermediate students will get 10 marks if they do this problem in the final exams, and BCom students, they will get 12 marks in the final examination if they do this solution in the examination. Hope this is clear. Let us go and watch the lecture, and here I will discuss with you one question as well as solution. Let us go and start. Here we have one question. So what is the question here? Prepare cash book with cash and bank and discount columns from the following. So here they are asking us to prepare what? They are asking us to prepare 3-column cash book. Okay, whenever we provide 3 columns, what columns we provide in 3-column cash book? Cash column, bank column, discount column. So here they mention clearly that we have to provide cash column, bank column and discount column. So this is 3-column cash book. Hope this is clear for everyone. Okay, so we are going to write 3-column cash book here, and here we have question. In question what they give actually? Transactions. These transactions we are going to record in 3-column cash book. On the debit side few as well as on the credit side few transactions. So what are going to appear on the debit as well as on the credit side? So there is a pro forma for that, and here one simple logic while preparing 3-column cash book that you have to remember is, if cash comes into the business you record on debit side, and due to any transactions, if cash is going out of the business, then record the transactions on the credit side. Okay, hope this is clear for everyone. If cash comes, you record on debit side. If cash goes out of the business, you post on the credit side of 3-column cash book. That is a simple logic that you have to keep in your mind while preparing 3-column cash book. So I discussed with you pro forma also. What is a pro forma? Here you see. Debit side I recorded few items, credit side I recorded few items, and in case of those items, whatever items we recorded on the debit side, cash comes into the business if those transactions takes place in the business, and whatever transactions are recorded on the credit side, I posted few on the credit side. You can see that. Okay, so if those transactions are occurring in the business, cash goes out of the business, that is why I recorded on the credit side. Hope this is clear. I explained this format clearly in the first lecture. You can go through if anyone wants. So here always whenever we prepare 3-column cash book, we should show opening balances on the debit side if it is cash in hand and cash at bank. So how to show? 2 balance brought down. I recorded here. You can see 2 balance brought down. Okay, so cash and bank opening balances we should record on debit side by writing 2 balance brought down. If suppose bank overdraft is given in the question, so overdraft we will show on the credit side, but we will show with by balance brought down only. Okay, so hope this is clear. And remaining 4 items debit side, capital. If businessman is investing money in the business, we call it as capital. Whenever capital is coming into the business, what happens? Cash is coming into the business. That is why I recorded capital on the debit side. Next is sales. Whenever business is selling goods, then business sells goods, cash comes into the business. So cash is coming in to the business whenever sales takes place in the business. That is why sales are recorded on the debit side. Any receipt, if business is receiving anything, we have to record on debit side only. Incomes, any income we are going to write on the debit side, because in case of incomes, cash always comes into the business. Okay, so here whatever items I recorded on the debit side, first one is opening balance, remaining 4 are the different kinds of transactions where actually the cash is going to come into the business. That is why we should record those transactions on the debit side of 3-column cash book. Okay, this is a format of 3-column cash book. And credit side, I recorded next after brought down, balance brought down. Next item is drawings. Drawings means if owner takes money from the business for his personal use, we call it as drawings. So in case of drawings, cash is going out of the business. That is why we should record on credit side. Next, purchases. If business is purchasing anything, it has to pay cash. So what is happening? Cash is going out. Whenever purchase transactions takes place, cash goes out immediately. So since cash is going out of the business, we should record that on the credit side. Purchases we recorded on the credit side. Next, payments. Payments means business is paying, okay, towards something. So whenever any payments are made by the business, obviously cash is going out of the business. Hence payments should be recorded on the credit side. Okay. Next, expenses. So expenses always business has to pay. Okay. So that is why in case of expenses transactions, cash goes out. So we should record all expenses on the credit side only in 3-column cash book. This is a pro forma that we should keep in our mind while preparing 3-column cash book, so that our solution we can complete in a perfect manner and easily. Let us go and discuss our question. Okay. So here our question is, this is our question. And here transactions are starting from November 1st, 2018. Okay, November 1st, 2018. So what they have given here, cash in hand 5,900 rupees, bank overdraft. You just watch this. This is overdraft. Overdraft cash in hand. 2 are given on the opening day, November 1st. So these are opening balances. Cash in hand we record on the debit side. 2 balance brought down. We record 5,900 in the cash column. But bank overdraft we should write on credit side. Okay, I will show format once. Here you can see overdraft, where actually overdraft is appearing in the pro forma credit side. Okay, so if cash in and cash at bank is given, we will write on the debit side. We will record on the debit side. But if overdraft balance is given in question, we will record on credit side. Hope this is clear. Okay, let us go and record that. So in our question, first on the opening day, November 1st, cash in hand is given. Bank overdraft also is there. But cash in hand will appear on the debit side. Bank overdraft will appear on the credit side. Let us record that in our solution. So here we have solution. These columns we should draw whenever we prepare 3-column cash book. So on the above, that is a question. Okay. So here what are the columns? Date, particulars, LF, cash, bank, discount allowed. So from date to discount allowed, that is known as debit side. And again date, particulars, LF, cash, bank, discount received columns are repeated. Okay. This is credit side actually. We are going to post all the transactions any one side. But contra entry transactions we will post 2 times, 2 sides. Okay. So here already I discussed with you what is the first one, cash in hand. Cash in hand, first one 5,900 we will record on debit side. Bank overdraft we will record on credit side. Okay, let us record it. First, what is the date? November 1st. 1-11-2018. So date we recorded on the debit side in date column, and here we should write 2 balance brought down. Cash in hand, you can see cash in hand 5,900 we will record in cash column. But cash at bank, where we cash at bank is not given. What they have given here, they gave bank overdraft. So bank overdraft always we should record on credit side. Okay, let us record on credit side. Again, credit side means this side, you can watch there. So right side, see, first transaction, November 1st transaction, cash in and we recorded on the debit side, but bank overdraft we are going to write on the credit side. Again same date I am recording, 1-11-2018. Okay, so 1-11-2018, and in particulars column we will record by balance brought down. So where we will put the amount? In bank column, because that is bank overdraft. How much it is? 10,800. Okay, so I think it is clear for everyone. Let us move to next transaction. So our next transaction is, you can see question clearly here. So next transaction is what? Paid stationery. Okay, that is what? Paid stationery. So they are paying stationery. Who are paying stationery? Business. Whenever business pays stationery, it is payment. Paid. Third date. Okay, paid. Paid means payment. Where we write payments? Credit side, because anything business pays, cash goes out. So payments always we should record on credit side. I already have given in format also where we write payments on the credit side. Hope that is clear. Let us go and record in our solution. Okay, but what they are paying? They are paying stationery. So which side we are going to record? Credit side. We will post on the credit side, because payments always we should write on credit side. Okay, date is 3-11-2018. Okay, next what we will write here? By stationery account, paid for stationery. For what they are paying? For stationery. So we should record stationery only. So let me write stationery, but we will start with the word by, because whenever we post anything on the credit side, we should start with the word by. By should be mentioned first. So by stationery account. Okay, by stationery account. So whenever we write on the credit side, for again next we have to see where to put the amount. Where to put the amount here? What they said, paid for stationery rupees 400. So whenever they are giving only paid for stationery, they did not mention actually check. Okay, how they are paying? They did not mention whether they are paying in the form of cash or check. So paid for stationery 400 rupees. So we can assume that it is cash payment. If it is check payment, definitely they will mention the word check. Okay, so if they don't mention, it is cash payment only. We can record in cash column. Let us write in cash column. How much? 400 rupees. Okay, so after this let us move to next one. Next transaction. This is question. We came back to our question. Okay, so fifth date. What happened on 5th date? What happened here? Received, fifth date, deposited ma. On 5th date what we have here? Deposited into bank. Okay, so what is this actually? Deposited into bank. Businessman is depositing money in the bank. I already told you there are two contra-entry transactions. I told in the previous videos. So there are two contra-entry transactions. One is depositing in the bank. The other one is withdrawing cash from the bank for office use. So in case of these two contra-entry transactions, we should record the transaction two times. One time on the debit side, second time on the credit side. Remaining all transactions we post only one time. But this contra-entry transaction should be posted two times. one time on the debit side of 3-column cash book, second time on the credit side of the 3-column cash book. Okay, so let us see actually how to record it. I will show you contra entry. So this is contra entry. So two contra entries: cash deposited, cash or check, anything, cash or check, anything deposited into bank. Okay, this is first contra entry. Now we have this only. Okay, this kind of transaction. So this is contra entry. We should record 2 times. With the help of the journal entry, we are going to post it both the sides. Okay, what is the entry here? Bank account data. Bank account data to cash account. This is a journal entry. Bank account data to cash account. To cash should be posted on debit side, because we start with the word to on the debit side. So we will post that to cash on the debit side. Bank account data. Okay, that one we are going to record on credit side by bank account. Okay, so let us go and record that. In date column we will write date. So what is the date? 5th date. You can see date here. Okay, so I have given question on the top here also, so that you can refer that, but letters are too small. You can see that, and I am writing that. 5th date 5-11-2018. Particulars column, what I said, this is deposited into bank, cash or anything deposited into bank. So this is first contra entry transaction, what I mentioned just now. So we are going to follow bank account data to cash account, that journal entry. So bank account data to cash we will write on the debit side. Okay, so let us start writing to cash account, and LF column CMA. Whenever we post any contra entry transaction, we should mention the letter C in LF column, so that everyone will be understanding that that is a contra entry we posted 2 times. Let me write C. Next, after this, amount should be recorded in which column? Bank column. In case of contra entries, if you write cash, we will put the amount in bank column. If you write bank, we will put the amount in cash column. So here we recorded cash. So amount will be recorded in bank column. How much it is? 4,500. Okay, that is 4,500. Okay, so second time we should record on credit side. Move to credit side, we will write same date on the credit side also. Next, what we will write in particulars column? Our entry is bank account data to cash account. I will show you once again. So see here, our entry is what? Our contra entry transaction is first one here. Bank account data to cash account. Okay, that is an entry. So to cash we wrote. Next, what we are going to write? By bank account. Let us write that. Credit side. By bank account, LF column C, where we will put the amount in cash column. Cash column, how much? Same amount, 4,500. Okay, so this one finished. Let us go and look into the next transaction. That is 8th date. Next transaction is 8th date. Okay, so 8th date, what happened here? On 8th date, received cash from Swapna, 7,900. Discount allowed 100. Okay, this is a transaction of 8th date. So received cash from Swapna. Received. By looking into that word, we can understand that business is going to receive some cash from Swapna. So our duty is just analyzing the transaction as well as coming to know whether cash is coming or not. So here if business is receiving cash from Swapna, what is happening? Cash is coming into the business. So all receipts we are going to record on debit side. But what to write? Swapna account, because the name whatever from whom actually business is receiving, or the item name whatever actually business is paying towards anything, like salaries paid, salaries account we record. Okay, paid for stationery, we record stationery account. In that way we are going to post in the 3-column cash book. Now we are going to write to Swapna account. Debit side we will write. Why? Because it is received cash from Swapna. Okay, we will record on debit side because cash is coming into the business. And what we are going to post there? To Swapna account. Let us record there. Debit side. Date is 8th date. 8-11-2018. In particulars column we will mention to Swapna account. To Swapna account. Okay, and here we are receiving cash from Swapna. Receiving cash. So where we will put the amount? In cash column. Put the amount in cash column. How much it is? 7,900. And discount also is given, that is 100 rupees. You can see here on the top in the question. So in discount column 100. Okay, this transaction is posted. Let us go and look into the next one. Next one is what? Next one is `11th date. On 11th date what happened? Goods sold for cash 1,000 rupees. So goods sold for cash. It is what? Sales. Business is selling and receiving cash immediately. Cash is coming into the business. That is why sales always we should record on debit side. I already explained in the pro forma also. You can see here in format. Sales where we record on debit side. Okay, why? Because in case of sale transaction, business is going to receive cash. Cash is going to come into the business. So now we will record in we will record sales also on the debit side. Okay, how much they are receiving through the sale? 1,000 rupees. Let us record that 1,000 rupees on the debit side. Okay. What is the date here? Date is 11th. 11-11-2018. To sales account. Since this is cash sale, we will put the amount in cash column. Amount is 1,000. You can see the question on the top, so that you can understand solution, why I am writing what I am writing. Okay, that is why I mentioned I have given question on the top. And this is a solution. This part 3-column cash book is a solution. On the top I have given question also. Okay, you can see that, and just observe where I am writing and what I am writing. Next one, let us go to question again. Next one is what? Next one, 13th date. Okay, what is the date here? 13th date. So on 13th date what happened? Received. So business is receiving. If business receives anything, we will record on debit side. Okay, and next what they are receiving? Check. Okay, then we should be very careful whenever business receives any check. And from whom? From Shravanti, 1,100 rupees. And in the next one, this side, you can see continuation of the question. Discount allowed is 75 and this check is deposited in the bank. Okay, so here you have to remember one point. This is received check point. Whenever business is receiving any check, first of all we should write on debit side, but immediately we should not put in the bank column by thinking that it is a check. So in case of received check, we should see one point, whether that check is deposited on the same day in the bank or not. If that check is deposited on the same day in the bank, then put the amount in bank column. Otherwise, put the amount in cash column only, even that is check. Okay, so that same point I mentioned here, you can watch this, and let us go and check in the question. You see, on 13th date, received check from Shravanti, 1100, and discount allowed is 75, and that check is deposited into bank on the same day. On 13th only, under 13th only they mentioned that the check is deposited in the bank. So we will write this on the debit side to Shravanti account, and where we will put the amount? Bank column. Why? Because deposited into bank, that sentence is given here. Okay, what is the meaning of that? That check, whatever the business is receiving from Shravanti, they deposited on 13th day only in the bank. Okay, so when they deposit that check on the same day, then we will put the amount in bank column. If the deposit into bank is not given, okay, then where we will put? In cash column. But here we will put in bank column because that is given. Let us go and record in our solution now. We will record on debit side, because it is what? It is received check. 13th date, 13-11-2018, and in particulars column we will record to Shravanti account. Okay, so we recorded to Shravanti account, and where we will put the amount? In bank column. I explained why we are going to record in bank column. Okay, it is that check, and that check is deposited in the bank on the same day. That is why we are going to record in bank column. And if that deposited in the bank information is not given in the question, we would have recorded in cash column only, even that is check. But deposited in the bank on same day, that is why we are recording in bank column. So how much amount? 1100 check. Value of the check is 1100. Discount also is given. Discount allowed is 75. So we should record here 75 rupees. Hope this is clear for everyone. So in case of 3-column cash book, all the transaction we can post easily, but you have to be very careful in case of contra entry and received checks. Okay. So let us go and see next one. Next transaction is 16th date, cash withdrawn from bank 2000 rupees. Cash withdrawn from bank. Again business is dealing with a bank. Okay, but it is not deposits, it is withdrawing cash from the bank. It is contra entry. Okay, so I already explained. You see, second contra entry. Cash withdrawn from bank. Sometimes they mention only till here. Even that is contra entry, and if they use for office use also, contra entry only. Okay, so this is our contra entry. Cash account data to bank account is a journal entry that we are going to use while posting this transaction. Okay, so what is the difference between regular transactions and contra entry transactions? All other transactions we are going to write only one time, but this contra entry we are going to write 2 times. On the debit side one time, second time on the credit side. That is why we should be very careful. Let us go and write this. What is this actually? This is cash withdrawn from bank. Okay, so which entry we are going to follow? Cash account data to bank account. You see, I will show. Cash account data to bank account. So to bank account we will record on debit side. Cash account we will write on credit side. Okay, we will start with by cash account. So let us record here. In date column, date. What is the date here? 16th date. 16-11-2018. And in particulars column we will post the journal entry. What journal entry we are going to follow here? Cash account data to bank account. So we will write to bank here first. And in LF column, C. In case of contra entries, we have to denote it by C. And amount in which column? If we write bank, we will put the amount in cash column. This is applicable only for contra entries. Okay. So how much it is? 2000 rupees. One time we recorded on the debit side. Let us move to the credit side. Record same date 16-11-2018. After mentioning date, we will record item on the credit side under particulars column. What we are going to post there? Already we recorded on the debit side to bank account. There we will write by cash account. We will start with a word by cash account. And we will mention in LF column C because this is a contra entry. And where we will put the amount? If we write cash, we will put the amount in bank column. How much? Same amount, 2000. Okay. So hope this is clear for everyone. Let us move to next transaction. So here we have next transaction. So what is our next transaction? On 19th date, paid rent. So clearly they mentioned paid rent. Business is paying. Which side we will record? Payments. Credit side, because in case of payments, cash goes out. Let us record that on the credit side of 3-column cash book. But what we will mention? Rent account. Okay. So whatever we are going to record there, that information is available in the transaction itself. We just have to pick it. Paid rent. Rent we should record. So rent account. Credit side. We will record on credit side. What is the date here? Date is 19th date. 19-11-2018. And here in particulars column we will start with by what we are paying actually, rent. So rent account. And where we will put the amount? Paid rent 250 they said. So they did not mention whether it is payment is done by check or cash. If check is not given, then we will put in the cash column only. So cash column, how much? 250. 250 we record in cash column. Hope this is clear. Let us go to next transaction in the question. So what is the next date here? Next date is, that is 21st date. On 21st date, what happened here? On 21st date, something happened in our question. What happened? Let us see what happened. Issued. Issued means given, paid. Okay. Check. So business is issuing check to Nikhil. Business is giving check to Nikhil. So whenever business is giving check, obviously cash will move out. Here check is moving out. Check is going out. So check or cash, both are one and the same actually. If cash is given, our cash goes directly to the other person. If we give any check, then banker will pay on behalf of us whenever that person is going to submit the check in the bank. So here issued check means check is going out. We should record on credit side. To whom we are issuing the check? To Nikhil. So we should mention Nikhil, to Nikhil, by Nikhil account. So what we are going to write? By Nikhil account. How much? 2800. Discount received also is given, that is 200. So we will record these two on the credit side. Let us go and write on the credit side on 21st date. So date is 21-11-2018. And what we are going to record in particulars column, we will start with the word by. What is that actually? Issued check to Nikhil, no? So by Nikhil account, we will mention the name of the person. By Nikhil account. And where we will put the amount? In bank column, because what is issued? Check. Check is going out. So we will mention whenever any check is given in the question, we will record the amount in the bank column only. Let us record in bank column 2800. And what is the discount received? Discount received is 200. So both we recorded here. This is how we record in 3-column cash book. Let us go and discuss the next transaction. And our next transaction is what here? Our next transaction is actually have taken place on 23rd November 2018. Purchased furniture. So business is purchasing furniture 4,000 rupees. If business purchase furniture, it will pay amount. Okay, 4,000 rupees is going out of the business. If cash goes out, where we will record that? Credit side. Okay, so purchase always we should record on credit side because cash goes out of the business in case of any purchase. Hope this is clear. So we will record this transaction also on the credit side. But what we should mention there? Buy furniture account. Okay, if business is purchasing any item, any asset, any item, we should mention the name of the item. If it is goods, we can mention by purchase account. If it is any asset or any item, then we will mention the name of the item. Here, business is purchasing furniture, so we can mention on the credit side by furniture account. Let us go and record that. Date is 23rd. And what we will record here? By furniture account. Okay. So, did they mention check? No. Then where we will put the amount in cash column? 4,000 rupees. Okay, so here we recorded all transactions on the proper side by following all the rules and regulations of 3-column cash book. Next step is balancing this account. How to balance the account? Just we have to balance cash column with a cash column, bank column with a bank column, discount column should be added and total should be recorded in the totals. Let us do that. Okay. So here first let us balance cash column with a cash column. So cash total on the debit side we should check. Let us add that. So debit side, if you observe debit side cash totals, here you can see mouse pointer where I am showing. So this is debit cash column total. So let us add it. 5,900 plus 7,900 plus 1,000 plus 2,000. Okay, so what is the total of debit? Debit total is 16,800. Let us total credit side cash column also. See credit side cash column. I am showing by using mouse pointer. You can see that credit side cash column. So we should add all the totals of credit. 400 plus 4,000, 500 plus 250 plus 4,000. So total is 9,150. Credit side cash column total is 9,150. Now you tell me. Debit side we have 16,800. Credit side we have 9,150. So I am using calculator, but what you have to do, intermediate students are not allowed to use calculators in the examination as well as in the classroom also. BCom students can use calculator in the examination also. Okay, so here for completing solution fastly I am using calculators, but according to your rules and regulations you have to go. Credit side total is 9,150. Which side amount is more? Debit side amount is more, 16,800. So more amount we should record both the sides in totals. Let me write more amount both the sides. So let us go here. I am writing in cash column. Total is how much? 16,800. Okay, and credit side also in cash column total we will record 16,800 only. And here after writing these totals, what we have to do? We have to see which side amount is less. Where amount is less actually? Amount is less on which side ma? You can tell where amount is less actually. Amount is less on which side? Credit side. Okay. Can you see the color, red color properly? Is it visible? I think it's not looking in a proper way. Yeah, let me take violet. Okay, so here 16,800, 16,800, both the sides are recorded. Where amount is less, credit side. So move to credit side. We will record credit side by balance carried down, C/D. Date will be last date in the month. We have to follow calendar. What is the calendar date? Last date. This is November month. What is the last date? 30. So we should put 30 dash 11 dash 2018. This is the last date. Always for balancing figure, this is a balance carried on, is a balancing figure. Okay, balance of cash that is available in the business, that on the last day of the month. So that is why we should put last date in the calendar related to that particular month. So this is November month, so 30 is the last date. I put 30. And how much amount we should put in the cash column? You deduct the totals. Debit side total 16,800. No, credit side total of cash column is 9,150. You deduct 9,150 from 16,800. How much you will get? You just see. So you will get 7,650. We should put 7,650 there. That is the answer. That balance is available in the hands of the business on the last day of the month. Okay, so that is the answer here. Next, here we finished balancing cash column. Let us balance bank also. Check here, bank debit side total as well as credit side total. Let me do debit side total first. Bank column, debit side only two amounts are appearing, 4,500, 1,100. So what is the total of that? 5,600. Let us see credit side also in bank column. You can see mouse pointer where I am showing. So bank column, credit side, three amounts are available. Let me add it. 10,800 plus 2,000 plus 2,800. So total is 15,600 ma. Okay, credit side total is 15,600. And which side total is more here? Credit side 15,600, debit side 5,600. Total is more on which side? Credit side. So record more amount always in totals, both the sides. Let me write here 15,600. Debit side also I will write that only, 15,600. Okay, both the sides are recorded same totals. Same means more amount I recorded both the sides. Now which side amount is less? Debit side. Come to debit side and record balance carried on that side only. So here for bank column amount is less on debit side. Let us write balance carried on the debit side. But for balance carried on we should use last date. Last date in the month is, since this is November month, it is what? 30-11-2018 to balance carried down. Okay, so where we will put the amount? Bank column. How much it is? You deduct the totals. Just now we did totals of bank column, debit as well as credit. So you just deduct the less amount from the more amount. So credit side total is 15,600, debit side is 5,600. You deduct that. How much we will get? 10,000 we get. That you record here, 10,000. Okay, so that's finished. And next we should we balanced cash column as well as bank column. We balanced these two, and let us balance discount column, but we should not balance it. We should just add it and we should record in the totals. So debit side discount, how much? Two amounts are there, 100 as well as 75. Total is 175. I will record 175 in totals. Debit side 175, credit side only one amount, that is 200, so we will record 200. So this discount column we are not going to balance it, just we will add up and we will record the values, total amounts in the total. That's it. Okay, this is how we balance. But whenever we have balance carried on, we should record on the opposite side, balance brought down. So we have first credit side, balance carried on. You can see here, you can see mouse pointer, balance carried on on the credit side. So we should write that on the debit side under the totals as to balance brought down. Let me write it here. Date is next day of that ma. Next day of 30 November. What is the next day of 30 November? 1st December 2018 to balance brought down. What is the amount? 7,650. Next, we recorded that balance carried on the debit side. Okay, that is fine. But for bank, we don't have balance carried on the credit side. We have balance carried on which side? Debit side. So we should record this balance carried on the credit side under the totals as balance brought down on opposite side. So for this debit side balance carried on, we will record on the credit side balance brought down. So what is the date again? 1-12-2018. Okay, so what we will write? By balance carried down, amount in bank column 10,000 rupees. Okay, I'll just change the color so that you will identify easily. I'll change it into red color. Oh, okay, now I think it is clear for you. So here in this problem, two sides balance carried on are there. One balance carried on the credit side for cash column, and debit side balance carried on is for this bank column. Okay, if we have two balance carried ons, we will have two balance brought downs. Hope this is clear. And sometimes we will get balance carried on for both the cash as well as bank on one side only, either on debit side or on credit side. But here we are getting both the sides. So balance brought downs also we will get both the sides. Hope this is clear. In case of any doubts, you can mention in the comment section. This is how we prepare 3-column cash book. Hope you understood the class. If you understand, like the video, share the video, subscribe the channel. Thank you.